Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, David here, and welcome back to another video. Now, this topic idea has been on my mind ever since the Nintendo Switch 2 dropped. If you don't know me, I am a huge SEGA and ATLUS fan. All my favorite IPs are by these devs and these publishers. Skies of Arcadia, Yakuza, Like a Dragon, Sakura Wars, name it. Persona, Shin Megami Tensei, Etrian Odyssey, Catherine, Metaphor, ReFantazio. I like 90% of what these companies make. And I'm also a huge Nintendo fan. I do have a decently sized Nintendo Switch collection. As I grow up, I don't have time to play a lot of games nowadays, so the portable system is a blessing, and I'm a huge fan of first-party Nintendo stuff. And right now, I'm very confused and, not gonna lie, a little bit worried and a little bit disappointed as well about what SEGA and ATLUS are doing on Switch 2. Let's get into it. I have a lot to say, and I have a feeling I'm gonna ramble for a bit. Let's get into it. For everything that I'm discussing today, I'm extremely intrigued to have you guys' input on this subject. So drop a comment and tell me what you think about what we discussed. This is certainly one of the videos that I'm going to be reading what the community thinks, because I really am a little bit worried about what's next. Let's get into it. So again, the first thing that I can talk about is the freaking physical media versus game key card versus digital situation on Switch 2. I 1000% hold Nintendo responsible for this whole mess. I'm not a fan of game key cards. Let me briefly explain what that entails. On Switch 2, when it comes to physical media, you have this, which is a physical version. Everything on cart, no additional download. And you also have this piece of shit, which is basically amazing game, 10 out of 10 game. But this thing, this white banner, is a game key card. So what that is a cartridge which contains a way to download the game. So instead of having a code in the box, you have a plastic cart which holds a license to download it. So it's a digital game that you need an empty cartridge to play. Make sense? So you do have a little something on your shelf, which is why I have this, but that's it. So this, I'm not considering a physical version. I'm considering a digital game on a physical box, you know? So that's my opinion on it. I hate it. I hate game key cards, but the reason why publishers are choosing this crap is because this is cheap. This is very cheap to produce, and the only cartridge size that Nintendo offers to publishers at the moment is this thing, which is a 64 gigabytes card. In other words, an expensive option. So if you have a small game like Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, which is a 47 gigabytes game, if you had other options for cartridges, it would be possible for them to put it on cart and for it to not be that expensive. This is not full priced. I kind of wish that devs like SEGA offered this in this form at a higher price. I'll pay it. I'll pay it. I would. Make this full price. Instead of 50, make it 60. Make it 65. I'll buy it. By far. Even if that's an option at a cheaper price. Okay? So all the devs, or most of the devs, are choosing the game key card route, and it's definitely on Nintendo's fault, in my opinion, because they don't offer enough options. If there were 32 gigabytes card or other format of cards like there was on Switch 1, we would have more physical options by publishers. That being said, SEGA and ATLUS could afford real physical versions. It would cut their profit, and I am not going to cry for this publisher. They're richer than me, so I wish they were doing it, okay? That's my opinion on the matter. Now, that being said, everything that SEGA did so far on Switch 2, including ATLUS, are not game key cards. SEGA is planning a real physical version of Sonic Racing Crossworlds on Switch 2 without the game key card banner, like this. That is set to release in 2026. So I'm a little bit hopeful that they're gonna see that people want real physical media on Switch 2. I got a review copy from SEGA for the Switch version of Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I am going to purchase a full price physical copy of Sonic Racing Crossworlds on Switch 2, even if a $5 upgrade path is going to be available to me, because I want to show support. I might, if I can afford it, I might even buy more than one copy and give it away on the channel. I want to show them that we want real physical media. Other games that are set to release on Switch 2 are still game keycards. I am extremely excited for Yakuza Kiwami 3 plus Dark Ties, regardless of the whole controversy crap, which I made a video about that. You can go check it out if you want. I hope they get their things together at RGG for that. But that's also a shitty game card, you know? It is also a game card. There's only Sonic Racing, which is confirmed to be a real physical media. Now, enough of the physical stuff. I know that a lot of people are not, they don't even care. They're full digital at this point. So for you, a game key card isn't a problem. Let's move on because there's a lot more that I want to discuss. Performance. On Switch 2, you have... It's different. Performance is a little weird, okay? At launch, they dropped Raido Remastered, which on Switch 2 is it's really good performance. It's perfect. I have nothing bad to say about it. But it's a remaster of a PS2 game, so like, You have Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, which is also decent when it comes to performance. You have Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, which is Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, so the performance is fine. But you also have good games that struggle. Persona 3 Reload being the most recent example. Reload came out in October, 30 frames per second, frame pacing issue. People are not happy at all with the performance of that release. It's too expensive. There's no DLC included. It's a whole ass mess that people like myself who are huge Persona, huge Nintendo fans, skipped it. And that's unacceptable. So it's a big mess. Reviews came out as of me recording this video. Reviews just came out for Yakuza Kiwami 2 on Switch 2, which is interesting because Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, which runs perfectly on Switch 2, by the way, I'm playing it right now. I have nothing bad to say when it comes to the performance. It's good, really good. No problem with loading times or anything. This is the engine that they used on PS3 for Yakuza games. Okay, so on Yakuza, you have two engines. You have Yakuza with the in-house engine that they used to have before with all the games that came out on PS3. So Yakuza 3, 4, 5, and this thing, Yakuza 0. Which came out on PS3 in Japan only, but it still uses the same engine. And you have the Dragon engine, which is the more taxing engine that most recent games use, including Yakuza Kiwami 2. So Yakuza Kiwami 2, the reviews dropped for the Switch 2 version, and reviewers are pleased with the performance of Yakuza Kiwami 2 on Switch 2. Very good to see. I'm excited to play Kiwami 3, and I plan to play it on Switch 2. So that was good news to me. Awesome. So when I look at a turn-based RPG by Atlus, and it runs like ass, I'm very disappointed. I think it's unacceptable, and they're planning to patch it, so we'll have to wait and see. But at the price that they're charging for it, the performance that they had is unacceptable, and to me, it's a bummer. I have to bring up Sonic Racing Crossworlds again. They put out the performance sheet that they have for Switch 2, and it created a lot of discussion online. Like, people are like, holy crap, this is gonna run very well. So you're telling me that a racing game with like 12 plus players on the same map, racing around at fast speeds and a lot of animations, a lot of objects being thrown, is easier to make run at a better frame rate and better resolution than a slow-ass turn-based RPG? I'm excited for Sonic Racing Crossworlds, and I'll be there day one. But it makes me look at Reload, and I'm like, why the hell are you struggling? What the fuck's going on? I don't understand. Why is Sonic Racing Crossworld running like this and you have a Persona 3 Reload which struggles? It makes no sense to me at all, and it's a real bummer. There's a lot more. There's a lot more confusing stuff and a lot more to talk about. Upgrade paths and save transfers. At launch, terrible. You have stuff like Puyo Puyo Tetris, Raido Remastered, no upgrade path is available, no save transfer, but it is on other platforms. Raido Remastered came out on PlayStation 4 and PS5. If you have it on there, oh, no problem, you can upgrade for free your PS4 version and PS5, but if you have the Switch version, which is the version that I purchased because I wanted a real physical and not a stupid game key card, you have no ways to upgrade. Fuck you. So I'm like, well, what the hell? So you treat fans in a very different way, and that's unacceptable. And I'm realizing as we're discussing, it's the same company, but Atlus fans, we're getting shit on way more than Sega fans when it comes to Nintendo stuff. So big bummer. Same thing for like upgrade paths. You have upgrade path for a game like Sonic Racing Crossworlds on Switch 2. You can pay $10 to upgrade your Switch 1 version to the Switch 2 version, but not other versions. So once again, it's like what they did since launch, very mediocre. But Sonic Racing Crossworld is making me hopeful because now you have save transfer, you have upgrade path, you have good performance, and you have a real physical version. I want to support that game. I want that game to succeed because I want to show Sega, yo, if you treat us correctly and properly, we'll be there and we'll support it, you know? So right now, what they did 5 months after the launch of Switch 2, very disappointed in both Sega and Atlus for their support on Switch 2. When I look at Sonic Racing Crossworlds, I'm hopeful. When I look at a Kiwami 3, I'm scared. I'm scared because I'm like, okay, Kiwami 2 runs well. Dragon Engine is it Dragon Engine Kiwami 2 or Unreal Engine? 1 second. Yeah, okay, so I just confirmed it. Kiwami 3 uses the Dragon Engine as well, so I'm expecting good performance when it comes to Kiwami 3 on Switch 2. It's already confirmed to be a game keycard, so that's a bummer. But again, I'll show support for Racing Crossworlds, and I want to be hopeful because I want both Sega to be successful, Atlus as well, especially on my favorite platform. And I'm just scared that they might, you know, see the poor sales of Reload, which I covered as well on the channel, and they're like, oh, well, they don't want Persona games on Nintendo, which would be the dumbest thing ever because you put everything, all the winning conditions that you had to put into Reload on Switch 2, you threw in the trash and you're like, oh, let's do minimal effort, minimal everything, and they'll show up. No, we won't. So I hope for the best. Sega and Atlus, I've worked with you guys before. Love you guys so much. I have to criticize you guys when you do crap, and I hope you listen to this video and take the constructive feedback that I have to give because, man, oh man, it's been one hell of a ride. So what do you guys think about Sega and Atlus on Nintendo Switch 2? I want to be hopeful, but I'm scared. Thanks for watching, y'all. Have a good day. Bye.